Ladies and gentlemen, I'm meadsy69. Welcome back to the new update. Yes, the new update is out, and of course with that brings you many things. One of those is the new Polish medium tank. So today we are going to focus on the tier 10, the CS63. Now, what do you guys think of this? I mean, I don't know what to think of it. I really, at the moment, I really don't know. I want to like it, and when I play it, I do enjoy it. But yeah, I think it just falls below the par for medium tanks in tier 10, and that's my opinion. You know, you guys might play it and might absolutely love it. So let's look at the stats, and we'll get into a game. So the turret armor, 115 millimeters. So yeah, not on paper, not the best of turrets. The same as the hull. You know, you're not going to bounce anything on the hull with 60 millimeters. The DPM 3129. Now we are running calibrated shells, even though it has got APCR, which I don't usually like to run calibrated shells with APCR because it doesn't make that much difference. So I am losing just over 100, nearly 200 DPM. So yeah, it's still below the 3,500 average sort of for medium tanks in tier 10. So if it doesn't have the DPM, it doesn't have the armor profile, what does it have over other medium tanks? Now, the Alpha 340, nothing new with the Alpha. You know, there's plenty of other medium tanks out there with 340 Alpha. 290 on your APCR and 390 on your HE. Aim time isn't too bad at 3 seconds. Gun dispersion isn't too bad at 0.317. It has 8 degrees of gun depression with a top speed of 56 kilometers per hour. So just looking at the stats, like, there's nothing special at all about this tank. However, it does have tungsten shells. I love tungsten shells, to be honest, because it gives you 15% to your average damage. It lasts 20 seconds, so you can probably get 3 or 4 shots in with that, with it being a medium tank, which is unusual for a medium tank to have the tungsten shells. So, you know, it's nice for the tank to have tungsten shells. So yeah, I definitely recommend using that tungsten shell. With the 340 Alpha, you can get that quite a lot higher, so which of course then may pump that DPM up a little bit longer. But other than that, like, that is all it's got. It's got no special ability. That is literally all it has. So let's just get into game, because, you know, sometimes I do say don't just look at the stats, because the stats don't do the tank justice. Let's have a look at it in game to see how it plays. So we are on Castilla, and yeah, it's not a bad map, but I suppose for this tank, it's yeah, it's all right. If you can make it work. So with the new update, obviously there's the whole line. Of course, we will take a look at the whole line in due course. But yeah, we do like to take the tier 10 video first, not just because it's most popular, but mainly because this is the end goal. You know, people might want to grind the tier 10, and there's no point me playing the tier 6 and saying, yeah, it's really good, the tier 7 really good, tier 8, tier 9 really good, and then tier 10 actually it's really poor, because people want to know whether they want to grind the line or not. So that's why I kind of like to go down the list. I like to go sort of tier 10, tier 9, tier 8, tier 7, and so on and so on, because it, you know, it can help, and it can make up people's minds whether they do want to grind this line or whether they want to grind a different line. Not just because what I'm saying. You could watch the gameplay, you could watch the tank. I know it's my gameplay and you might play it differently, but at least you might get the feel of the tank, and you might look at it and think, yeah, actually it's not bouncing anything, I'm missing every single shot even if I'm aiming, etc, etc. It's not that quick off the mark. So yeah, you guys can make your own minds up just by looking at the tank in play. So that's why I like to do the tier 10 version first, the tier 10 tank first before anything else. But as I've said, I would definitely recommend the tungsten shells. The tungsten shells really do help, unless you miss or bounce your shot, just like I did there. But as you can see, there are a couple of campers. I mean, the Peugeot 65 is going to sit at the back until he pretty much dies. But yeah, I know I'm coming out sideways here. Wasn't aware that he's looking at me. Didn't take the shot anyway. And I do manage to get a bounce from my right. 420. You know, that was a troll bounce. Don't expect that often. So at this point, you know, he's coming out sideways. And some of these shots, I'm like, I should have hit that. I don't know why I missed that shot. It should have hit, and I'm going to go again. That time it did hit, and you can see I'm trying to get in the side scraping position, and it can, as you can see, it can actually work. But yeah, just a few of these shots. I know I'm sort of snapping them, but some of these, like, I don't have a lot to aim for, but I should be hitting some of these, especially if I am fully aimed in. That time I do finally hit. So yeah, we still managed about 770 damage, which, you know, I didn't expect. And again, you can't rely on the armor profile. Do not ever rely on the armor profile of this tank. I'm not saying the armor is really, really poor. You will be able to get some troll bounces if you put yourself in the right position. You might get some bounces on the turret, and of course, if you're side scraping and stuff like that, you might get the odd bounce. But yeah, if you're going to come up against a heavy tank or a tank destroyer, don't expect the bounces. If you do, you will get lucky. You know, you can get lucky, just like I did this game with the 420. I still don't know who shot me. Maybe it was the IS4. I still don't know who shot me. Who the frick shot me? But unlucky. So now it is a 4 versus 2, just the IS4. Unfortunately, I am a one-shot. I'm on 2k damage, you know, so I've still played my part, even though I haven't played fantastic. But yeah, another nice shot, and you can see 356. It's not bad alpha, to be fair. That's quite nice alpha. As long as you do sort of the higher average roll and you don't low roll, it's not a bad tank. And again, the stats don't do the tank justice, because even just playing it, yes, I'm not bouncing. Yes, I am missing a few shots, but you know, I don't feel that the tank is that bad. I don't feel that the stats do it as much justice as it is. I do think it is better than the stats show. Not overly better, not like, oh my god, this tank is really good. It's okay, and for me, that is pretty much all this tank is. It is balanced. I like to see that. Wargaming are not bringing out an OP tank. It is perfectly balanced. Nice 410 alpha there with the tungsten shells, which is why I say you have to run the tungsten shells. Like, don't not run it, because it does really help. When you could do 410 alpha, it really isn't bad. The reload, I think, is pretty good as well at 6.5. Yes, the DPM is nothing special. I mean, it's not bad. The DPM isn't bad. 3,100 whilst running calibrated shells, like, it's not bad. And if you don't want to run calibrated shells, yeah, almost 3,300. But for me, it does feel below par, and most of the other, if not all, to be fair, of the other medium tanks in tier 10 are probably better than this. But you know, it's still an enjoyable grind. You will enjoy the grind. Well, you'll enjoy getting up to tier 10. But yeah, it's nothing fantastic. It's nothing too special. It does the job. It does the job that you want it to, and that's all you want. You know, it's not like a mega fun medium tank to play. It does the job. That is just about it. Let me know your thoughts. Do you have the CS63 already? I use 3XP, so I'm sure a lot of you guys did as well. So let me know your thoughts. 1120 block damage. So as you can see, you can get the block damage, but please just don't rely on that armor. I've got 2 tips for you. Don't rely on the armor. You can get the bounces if you're lucky, and run that tungsten shells. So let me know your thoughts on the CS63 in the comments below. Do you like it, or is it just a poor medium tank for you? Let me know in the comments below. But for now, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I'm meadsy69, and I'll catch you all soon. Bye bye.